Most people over 50 believe that the more they walk, the healthier they become. Doctors have said it for decades. Fitness magazines repeat it. Senior centers put it on posters. But what if that belief is only half true, and the missing half is the reason so many Americans feel older than their age? What if one of the most trusted habits after 70, something millions rely on every day, is silently speeding up aging for a specific group of people, and almost no one is warning them? Before you assume this video is anti-walking, let me be clear, walking can be amazing. It can strengthen the heart, sharpen the mind, and improve mood. But the mystery begins with one simple question, why do some seniors who walk consistently look, move, and feel younger while others who walk even more develop joint pain, frailty, or exhaustion at twice the rate? What's hiding in that difference? And why are doctors beginning to change the advice they give patients over 70? The first clue came from a cluster of physical activity studies published over the last 2 decades. They followed tens of thousands of older adults across the United States, people who logged their daily steps, tracked health markers, and reported symptoms. At first glance, the charts looked predictable. More movement meant better outcomes. But buried deep in the data, researchers noticed a subtle bend in the curve for people over 70. Past a certain point, usually around the high end of daily step counts, benefits didn't just level off. In some seniors, markers of biological aging actually accelerated, not dramatically, not overnight, but enough to show up in mobility scores, inflammation levels, and real-world symptoms. Enough for doctors to start asking, what's really happening once we cross this invisible threshold? And if walking too much can push the body the wrong way at this age, why does no one talk about it? To understand that, we have to roll the clock back and trace the origins of the problem long before age 70, long before retirement, long before the first hint of stiffness or fatigue. The story begins in early adulthood, when the human body is at its biological peak. This is when most Americans build or fail to build the muscular foundation that determines how well their joints age. In our early 20s and 30s, muscle mass is abundant. Cartilage still repairs itself quickly, but this is also the age when sedentary habits form. According to multiple U.S. health surveys, adults between 20 and 40 spend more time sitting each day than any previous generation. It doesn't seem like a serious issue at the time. You feel fine, nothing hurts, but every year, muscle tissue quietly erodes. And the body has a long memory. Fast forward to the early 40s. This is the decade when changes begin, but they whisper instead of shout. Most people don't know that after age 40, the average American loses about 1% of muscle mass per year if nothing is done to prevent it. Bone density slowly declines. Recovery becomes slightly slower after exertion. But because these changes are subtle, most people brush them off. They're still young enough, they still feel capable. They don't see the danger forming beneath the surface. Then comes 50, the shift most people ignore. This is the age when biological aging starts becoming more visible, but not necessarily more urgent. Many Americans still feel good at 50. They start walking as a simple way to stay active, or to lose weight, or to keep the heart healthy. Doctors praise the effort. Families encourage it. But here's the twist. Walking alone cannot replace the strength that has been quietly disappearing for decades. It preserves some, yes, but it does not rebuild what's gone. And this sets the stage for the breaking point after 70, especially for seniors who suddenly increase their walking without preparing the body for it. By this point, the average American has lost over 3 decades of muscle. Tendons are stiffer, joints carry more wear. Balance reactions are slower. The heart is strong enough for walking, but the lower body often isn't. That's the hidden mismatch. The heart says yes, but the knees, hips, and stabilizer muscles whisper not so fast. This is where the mystery deepens. Because walking itself is not the enemy. The real problem is what physicians now call load imbalance. When muscle strength is too low, each step creates slightly more impact, slightly more instability, and slightly more friction inside the joints. Multiply that by thousands of steps per day, 7 days a week, and the result is a slow accumulation of stress that the body at 70 cannot repair as quickly as it once did. This is why some seniors feel younger with walking while others feel older. It's not about the steps, it's about the condition of the engine behind those steps. And here's where the timeline turns into something most people never expect. The fallout. Once the imbalance becomes visible, it spreads into every part of life. A senior who feels knee pain walks less. When they walk less, they lose more muscle. When they lose muscle, they become more vulnerable to falls. Falls lead to medical bills. Medical bills lead to financial stress. Financial stress leads to less movement. Each link pulls the next one down, and suddenly, what started as a good habit becomes a cycle of accelerated aging. If that sounds familiar, it's because millions of American seniors fall into this same pattern every decade. National health data shows that adults over 70 experience rising frailty scores even when they walk regularly if they don't include the one missing element doctors now emphasize: strength conditioning. Without that, many seniors unknowingly overuse the weaker tissues in their body. That overuse creates inflammation. Inflammation accelerates aging markers. And aging markers can turn into real limitations that reshape daily life. This leads to the final twist, the failed fixes. Seniors who start feeling pain or stiffness often try the same outdated advice. They walk even more, believing the answer is simply to push harder, or they switch to softer shoes, or they take joint supplements. Some stop walking entirely, but none of these address the true cause, which is that walking demands muscular support that decades of gradual loss have weakened. So, what should people do instead? Here's the real answer doctors are now giving. Keep walking but balance it. Limit excessive daily miles. Add strength training at least 2 to 3 times per week. Focus on restoring the muscle groups that protect the knees, hips, and lower back. Walking isn't the problem. Walking without support is. And now that you know the full timeline, here are **3 direct actions people over 50 can apply starting today. First, track not your steps, but your recovery. If your legs feel more fatigued the day after a long walk than they did a year ago, your body is signaling imbalance. Listening early prevents bigger problems later. Second, add at least 10 minutes of lower body strength work 3 times a week. Chair stands, resistance band leg presses, and calf raises are simple but powerful ways to restore balance. Third, vary your movement. Instead of one long walk, try to shorter walks combined with light strength or balance training. This lowers joint stress while increasing total daily function. And here is the evidence-based warning. If you consistently walk more than your muscle strength can support, you risk accelerating joint degeneration, not because walking is bad, but because the foundation carrying you is underbuilt. I'll leave you with one open thought. The next chapter in healthy aging isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right balance at the right time. If you want to understand the next secret, doctors are uncovering the one that explains why some 70-year-olds get biologically younger after changing just 2 weekly habits. Make sure you subscribe. The next video reveals what most people overlook until it's almost too late.